And here they come, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the 130th anniversary of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. We're marching for justice. We're marching for justice.
Follow Babylon again.
Yes, I.
This is it. No more. Black power. Black power. Black power. No more. Yeah. No more. Rise up now, my people. We are no slaves. We will never be slaves.
I'm here.
Alright. Remember the most honorable Marcus Garvey. The greatest black man, one of the greatest in the 21st century.
I'm telling you.
Marcus Garvey,
Rastafari.
We are warriors. We are princesses. No slave!
No slave!
No slave!
No slave!
No slave!
No slave!
We are black gods and goddesses. Even one day when I must take it. No slaves! We are no slaves! We are no slaves! No slaves!
No slave.
We are no slaves at all! We are absolutely no slaves! Down with imperialism. Yeah man, we have permission. It's just 2 vehicles coming. It's just 2 and we have the drums them and things. Yeah man, give them. It's a Marcus Garvey here, you know. Marcus Garvey here. Yeah man. Here's our deal. International.
Rise up in the mighty way.
We participate in the people's celebration. Yes, I am. No slaves. We are no slaves. No slaves. Gods and goddesses of the earth. Warriors and free people, freedom fighters. We are the children of Sam Sharp. We are the children of Paul Vogel. We are the children of Nanny that fight for our freedom. We have no respect for Buster Manty and Manley. Them sellouts. Sellouts. Freedom fighters. We are the children of Taki. We are the children of John Dessalines. We are the children of Toussaint Louverture.
Rastafari.
Glad to see us soon. All go.
Yeah. Rasta love.
Great.
Rasta love.
This is something.
Black and green.
Yeah, do it. I'll take you after you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soul in a room.
Honorable, kill the bomber clot. So, brothers and sisters,
I am same one.
today we commit our faith in the black race. Today we will take our leadership role as Garveyites and the children of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Today we will stand up because only we can stop this violence in Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
The JLP and PNP cannot stop it because they started it.
Yes.
They gave the youth guns to murder one another. They built the garrisons.
Yes.
They are the cause of this violence in this country.
Yes.
So neither the PNP or JLP government cannot stop it, brothers and sisters. It is I and I, the Rastafari, the Garveyites. We have never given anybody any gun to murder anybody. No blood is upon our hands. No blood is upon our hands. But those that are committed, those that signed to the IMF, those that signed to the World Bank, those that commit themselves to America, England, the Chinese, they do not have faith in us, the people. Our brother told us today that they are able to buy any amount of pepper, any amount of ginger, any amount of yam, any amount of carrots, any amount of breadfruit. Let's trade black to black. That is what the Honorable Marcus Garvey has taught us. Let's trade one to another and send our products to black people. They control over 100 restaurants in New York. They said any amount we send. So link back with your people in the country. Some of you who left your home in the country, link back to your family. Ask them what they can produce and we can buy it up. And therefore when we buy it up and we trade with one another. Is that clear, brothers and sisters? Today, the 17th of August, let's commit ourselves. Let us commit ourselves and trade black to black. And make sure that freedom will come. Freedom, not just political freedom, but economic freedom also, as we sing and chant and so on. So we give thanks. But remember, brothers and sisters, don't ever call yourself a slave. Don't ever use that word in regard to ourselves. If a man put a gun at your head and tell you to drive, does that make you a driver? No. If a man put a gun at your head and tell you to make shoes, does that make you a shoemaker? No. You only do it because you were forced. Our brothers and sisters were forced until they rise up and liberate themselves. So we must never call ourselves slaves. We must never ever use that. We are, first of all, we are gods and goddesses of the earth. You can't have gods without goddesses. So we burn sodomite. They are now bringing into Jamaica. The Anglican Church led by the Bishop talking about they support Batmanism. We say you can't have gods without goddesses. You need goddesses to have gods. And we must stand up and let the world know that no Garveyite will ever support sodomism in any part of the world. What we do, we burn sodomism. Burn sodomism. Burn sodomism. And the Anglican Church is a church of deceit. And it's time. So brothers and sisters, today is just the beginning. We are going to be marching over to the Ministry of Education one day. Because all those churches that control schools in Jamaica that have to stop. The Anglican Church, the Catholic Church, all these churches control schools in Jamaica. They control the school boards. So if the head of the Anglican Church said, let's support sodomy, that means all the churches that are controlled by the Anglican, all the schools, they are going to infiltrate it in the schools. So when we send our children to KC, St. Hugh's, St. Jago, Mushetai, Georges, all these schools are controlled by the church. It is taxpayers' money that run the schools. So there's no need for any church to have any control over any school. So we need to start, brothers and sisters. And if when we write to them, they do not give us our demand, then we march on the streets until these things are changed in Jamaica. But it must change. Not maybe, it must change. And as we recommit ourselves at the shrine of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, at the spirit of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. So we want all of us here today, remember that we are recommitting ourselves to this black cause, this black struggle. And we will never support the bleaching of our black skin. Never, no more bleaching. Talk to our brothers and sisters. The disrespect to the Creator when you try to look like the white man. If you start to look like him, you're gonna think like him. You're gonna behave like him. And you're gonna justify doing things like him. So we must make sure that that era, that whole thing stops. When we say burn down Rome, it's not just a place, Rome. Burn down the mind of Rome. Burn down the sins that Rome perpetuates. That's what we mean when we say burn down Rome. Burn down the sodomism, which has been revealed that the Pope and all the Vaticans and the Cardinals that they practice when they have the little boys sodomizing them. All these truths are coming out. When Rastafari used to tell them says read their chat. But look, it's coming out now. They are settling all these claims that the people are coming out now and showing you that all those little boys that they used to call altar boys over Georges, over all these places, all they were doing was sodomizing the little boys. We must speak these things and stand up, brothers and sisters. Encourage our mothers. Is there any pregnant mother here today? Any pregnant woman here today? Anyone with any pregnant mother here? Start to honor our pregnant mothers. When you see a pregnant sister on the road, hail her up. Salute her. Bow. If she have any weight, carry it for her. Because that's where we start. If we honor the mothers with the womb, then when that child comes out, we will honor that child. And we'll honor that beautiful black child. And we will ensure that that child become a king and a queen in this land. And not talk about our children are unwanted. How can what the Creator make become unwanted? How can they? You must be wanted, that's why the Father bring you. Every child that comes is needed upon this earth. Every grass that grows, every tree that grows, the Father makes it comes on the earth for a purpose. I know you hear people. And those doctors, brothers and sisters, that are committing so much abortion in this country. All these doctors that are committing these abortions, we're going to warn them first. And if when we warn them they continue, then we are going to march and highlight them. They must stop killing our children. We must make sure that our children born and come and contribute. Look at the children that are amongst us today. Don't they look beautiful? We wish if we had more. Isn't that so? The more children you have, the more blessing that will come upon you. So brothers and sisters, let us stand and recommit ourselves to the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Yes, let us all make sure. 400 million black men rise up to your call. See your progress stand before you like a mighty scroll. For I knighted, and I write it, neath the red, black and green. Yes, Ethiopia calls and I home. Together, black Ethiopia calls and I home. Black Ethiopia calls and I home. Be not quick to take a title from another race. Take your title from your brother, leave his face. They are only camouflaging you before your face. Black Ethiopia calls I and I home. What we say? Black Ethiopia calls I and I home.
Africa, Ike Bulan.
Black Ethiopia calls I and I home. Be proud that we are Africans. Stand firm that we are Africans. always hold it as an African. So now we call upon Brother Hailu, Brother Hailu, Shakamusa Menelik, Brother Hailu. Let's jump up now and keep this fire blazing. Keep
Up, 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 you mighty race. Up, you mighty race. Up, you mighty race. One God, one aim, one destiny. Africa. What are the things we have to look for, you know? Land. When you hear them talk about homeless people and landless people, how can we ask a question to say, oh, we don't have no land? Oh, we don't have no land. Oh, we become homeless people in this land. And you read about one family owning 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 acre land. Can't right. Can't right. When we hear say them have land what them call crown land. Crown land. Crown land them say no is the queen land. So that means the queen still own Jamaica. So how in 1962 them tell we say we're independent. You can't independent if the queen is still the head of your country. And you don't have no land. Without land you are powerless. A man with land, you know, have a thing with them called collateral. Him can go to the bank and say, listen, lend me $10 million. Him say, what you have for back it up? I have my land. I have 10,000 acre land for back it up. Him go and lend him because the land dead. So this is one of the things Marcus Garvey, when he formed the People's Political Party, he said in 1927, we must have land reform for the people, and the people must own land. You can't have one family owning 10,000 acre land and 10,000 people don't own no land. That equation they can't write. Right now you have a family in a Montego Bay own 15,000 acre land. It just come to the Sunday Green about 2 Sunday Green ago. How him get the land? You call it intergenerational legacy. Him great-great-grandfather who was a white man, a Bakra master were there.
Thief the land.
Thief the land. And him pass it down to film generation, to film generation, to film generation. Till it reach to this present generation in a Montego Bay now. We say them own 15,000 acre land. But same place in a Montego Bay, you have 15,000 black people in there who not own the land. Can't work. Cannot work. Now the time come when we have to really, as them say, take it to them. Where the people have? The people have power. The people is the real power. I'm going to let you into something now and I don't want to check it out. When you look for your birth certificate, you have 2 numbers. You have a number in the top left hand corner, and you have a number written in red down at the bottom of your birth certificate. The top number is the one that registers your birth in Jamaica. The bottom one now, that one is your stock number, because you're a stock. You're a stock to the Queen. You have a value. If you call the International Stockbroker Clearing House and give them that number and say, you know I have a stock certificate here and I need to know how much stock I have. When you call them, say read out your stock number. And you read out that number, you hear how much you value. So 1962, you really never get independent. You were bonded. You become a bonded entity to the government of Jamaica. When they go to IMF now to borrow money, what? You remember I tell you about the land and collateral, you know. The IMF said, what you have to back up this loan that I go and give you? Say I have 2.7 million Jamaican value at X amount of dollars. And the IMF say, oh, and so the IMF can lend you some money. We have to change that, brethren. We have to become what? Free people, as how we're born as free Africans. It's a process you have to go through. You have to go change your name. Take your name off of that stock certificate. When I found out this, so I changed my name. I did have a slave name and I changed it. I named Eru Aishaka Musa Menelek, a free man, a loyal subject of Ethiopia. The people have the power, but the people keep giving the power to the politician. Every 5 years, where the politician them come to?
Come to the people.
Every 5 years, them come to you for what? For legitimacy. If you don't vote them don't have no power. So every 5 years, they come to you for legitimacy. Now what you do when you give them that legitimacy? That member of parliament supposed to do what? Represent every one of you that vote for him. So 30,000 people in the constituency, he is the representative for the 30,000. But it not gonna say him not do that. What he does is represent the big man, the money man. Why him represent the money man? The money man can give them $10 million when them have what? Election time. Where you take the t-shirt and the cap them and the rent-a car and the thing come from? And the box of Guinness. Mr. Issa write a check. And Mr. Issa is not a PNP, so he not get PNP alone. He write a check, one to PNP, one to JLP, $10 million, the two of them. And then publish them thing under the green iron and you must learn to read.
So whoever win him is a win.
Whichever party in power owe Mr. Issa $10 million, I'm going to say, remember that donation, you know.
I mean, 10 million Jamaican.
Remember that. Well, some of them give US and some give Jamaican. But it is the liability that is there that the politician now will get the money from them, owe them. So this is why only certain companies get certain contract. The people will never get a contract. So the people have been used, abused, and refused. And you just have a look on all of the community we talk about, them are garrison, them are stronghold. Has any of these communities improved from 1944 to now? From you born and have sense and you're looking at your community, you see any improvement when the politicians bring? None!
Yeah, about town there, and judgment. More than
That a tribulation them bring.
them a lynch black man.
No.
down here far.
No.